see here is the young man in his natural habitat, in a dark, messy cave surrounded by Taco Bell wrappers and empty Mountain Dew bottles. Here is another young man, as you can see, also dwelling in a dark cave. This one has dyed his hair blue to scare off potential predators. Unfortunately, it also scares off potential mates.
Okay, I can't. Oh, God. I don't think I'm watching this. I can't handle any of this.
With all these issues men are facing, they seem to be moving to the right and the Republicans more, since the left and Democrats have essentially just become the young men eat and die movement. Months ago, I covered how the Democratic Party was losing young men, and I predicted Kamala Harris would lose in part because of young men overwhelmingly voting for Trump, and I was correct. Well, now the Democrats have unveiled their final solution to the right-wing male loser epidemic. Democrats spending millions to learn how to speak to American men and win back the working class. Democrats have blown millions of dollars on efforts to appeal to American men who turned to President Donald Trump in droves on Election Day in hopes of winning back the working class. Democrats have spent $20 million on their efforts, with donors and strategists holding up in luxury hotel rooms, brainstorming how to convince working class men to return to the party. Ah yes, nothing more relatable to working class men than luxury hotel rooms. Great job, guys. The plan? Codename Sam, or Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan, promises to use the funds to study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and virality in these spaces. The effort also recommends Democrats buy advertisement in video games, among other things. The Democrat Party is treating young men like exotic animals they're studying. Now, as you can see here is the young man in his natural habitat, in a dark, messy cave surrounded by Taco Bell wrappers and empty Mountain Dew bottles. Here is another young man, as you can see, also dwelling in a dark cave. This one has dyed his hair blue to scare off potential predators. Unfortunately, it also scares off potential mates. But moving on, here is another young man, we think. We're not quite sure about this one. We're still studying it. Listen, Democrats, instead of spending $20 million to do that stupid, maybe you should, I don't know, actually listen to men. I listen to men for free all the time. All I have to do is read my comment section. Let's see here. Shoe0nHead is a perfect example of why we need to repeal the 19th. Greetings from Albania. I hate women so much, it's unreal. Ooh, shoe, mommy, milkies, 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 mommy, mommy, mommy. One time I got my penis stuck in a soda bottle. Okay, on second thought, maybe my comment section is not the best source.
Since Trump scored big with young male voters last election, Democrats are spending $20 million to learn how to speak their language. I think it's a waste of money. Maybe these guys should spend their money on teaching men to not be such sexists. Maybe that's
the stats come out now today. Look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families. But there are
Tommy Lauren was... This rant was like 4 years ago, wasn't it? I think there was a phone call or something else, too. Her rant was base, but a lot of people got real mad about it. But it was very true.
a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash.
Oh no. The very night I was sitting on my couch writing the script to my video about how the Democrats are spending $20 million to relate to young men, this came on my TV on Fox News. A Tommy Lauren and Laura Ingraham segment about stay-at-home sons, men who still live at home. Literally minutes after this aired, it went absolutely viral on Twitter for not good reasons. So we are going to unpack this piece by piece. Because even though everyone was mocking it and making fun of it, as far as I saw, nobody was really dissecting it and breaking down exactly why she was so egregiously wrong. So come join me in debunking the male loser epidemic. Because who else better equipped to talk about men's issues than two stupid blonde bimbos? Hold on one second. 3 stupid blonde bimbos. Sorry. I felt left out. All right, let's go. Wait. I need my gamer fuel. See, I do drink it. That one's for you, Teptone.
It's a major problem. And Speaker Johnson has been talking about those maybe deadbeat folks that are on Medicaid, and maybe some of those folks are the stay-at-home sons. We don't know. But I'll tell you this, leave it to Gen Z to rebrand laziness and social awkwardness as something cutesy, like a stay-at-home son. But Laura, I gotta tell you, this is also a big problem when it comes to, I think, declining birth rates, people not getting married and having children. That's a big problem. They blame it on women. Well, look at what young women have to choose from. The pickings are slim. Yes, we might have a feminism problem in America, but it's the feminization of men. There are a lot of young women out there that want to get married. They want to have kids. They want to have stable families. But there are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash. And that's why we have declining birth rates and a lot of other problems in society. It's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air, meet people in real life. Let's just get back to basics.
That's the sound of a woman who could never play more than support, and she got super salty because she told her friend group of men, she's like, I could play a carry role, watch me. And then she solo queued fucking mid all the way down to wood 4 and then quit. And now she rages out against men all day long because she can never hack it on the Rift.
Basics. So first of all, this stay-at-home son thing is not a real thing. It was a random throwaway, self-deprecating joke some contestant on Jeopardy said. One f***ing guy. Because I guess there's nothing else important going on that they could cover on the news. They literally made this into a fake phenomenon so they can on young men. Meanwhile, Democrats are spending millions of dollars trying to win back young men. Oh no, the young men are leaving us in droves. How do we get them back? Don't worry, I got this. Hey, you fat, lazy, Cheeto dust-covered slobs. F*** you. Nice. Thanks. I love you. I love you too. Is the amount of young men living home with their parents increasing? Yes. Is it because they're lazy bums and just want to order DoorDash all day? No. And also, they're not paying for DoorDash, Tommy. They're financing it. Come on, get with the times.
There are a lot of young men out there who want to live in mama's basement and order DoorDash, and that's why we have declining birth rates. It's time to go out, get a job, breathe the fresh air.
Have either of you tried applying for a job as a young man recently? Or tried buying a house on the salary of one of these young men? Have you experienced the dating market, been on the dating sites as a young man? No? Interesting, okay. Just wondering. Listen, I know the average age of a Fox News viewer is like 70 nowadays, and you need to pander to them, but Tommy, you're like 2 years younger than me. You know this isn't true. Why are you talking like this? Why are you talking like a f***ing boomer? I'm sorry, I have no other word for this, but I hate this like generational pick-me. I was born in the wrong generation. I'm not like those other young people. And you know what? She's not like those other young people. Not all young people can afford a nice nose job and lip filler and get a cushy job on Fox News based entirely on merit, I'm sure. The main problem with this brain-dead boomer-ass take is not only is it cringe, but it's completely divorced from reality. This slop is specifically designed for people who paid like $5 for a f***ing house. And listen, not all boomers, okay? My parents are boomers. They are lovely people. A lot of you guys are boomers. But when the baby boomer generation sends its people, it is not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're sending people who have lots of problems. They're bringing the housing crisis. They're bringing wage stagnation. They're falling for AI-generated photos on Facebook. But some, I assume, are good people. But my God, I truly believe they do not understand how good. Hello class, I am Miss Shoe0nHead. I am substituting for your teacher today. She was arrested for molesting a 12-year-old boy. So today we are learning about the graph. This is the growth in productivity.
Oh my God, this fucking graph. Okay, I can't. Fuck! We should do a whole ass thing on the graph, the productivity graph, the one that cuts out like 15% of the workforce in order to make his argument. Oh God. Okay, we're good. Where are we at? Okay, we're on our daily news. It was Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday, and Ghislaine Maxwell was preparing a special gift to mark the occasion. She turned to Epstein's family and friends. One of them was Donald Trump. Maxwell collected letters from Trump and dozens of Epstein's other associates for a 2003 birthday album, according to documents reviewed by the Wall Street Journal, famously a far-left publication. Pages from the leather-bound album, assembled before Epstein was first arrested in 2006, are among the documents examined by Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago. According to people who have reviewed the pages, it's unclear if any of the pages are part of the Trump administration. Recent review. The president's past relationship with Epstein is at a sensitive moment. The Justice Department documents the so-called Epstein files, and who or what is in them are at the center of a storm consuming the Trump administration. Trump tried to say, I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women, he said. Apparently, Trump did sell pictures that he'd drawn before, so the whole letter was voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything, the note began. And then it says, it's like a screenplay letter or whatever. Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Donald, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. Wow. Keep in mind that, like, all of fucking QAnon was spun off of, it wasn't cheese pizza. Fuck, what the fuck was it? It's not a caustic. Oh God, what was the name? The guy, Podesta, what was it? The Podesta email that started QAnon. Destiny, is it possible that he paid someone to do that and forgot that he did? No, he probably wrote this letter, but obviously he doesn't want to be associated with anything related to Epstein. So now he's like denying and he's super ass-pained about fucking all of it. Yeah, it was some order for like 1,000 pizzas or 1,000 hot dogs or whatever. And people were like, oh my God, hot dogs, pizzas, it's fucking child porn, or not child porn, children. This is coded language for children. All of QAnon started off of those stupid fucking Podesta emails where people try to interpret it as like, oh my God, this social event they're talking about is actually like the satanic blood purification ritual where they sacrifice children. Like, read my dono. Been dealing with a leak in my apartment for 6 months, currently using code enforcement to get actual results from my landlords, and they are big mad. Wish me luck in pursuing additional action. Good luck, buddy. Trump is gearing up for a lawsuit. It's impossible to predict him. I would say, like, on one side, I would say Trump won't sue because he's going to Streisand effect the fuck out of this shit. Truly, he needs to just take the Destiny advice and just stream through it. Just keep doing your shit, whatever the fuck. You know, people are going to be mad for a little bit, but they will forget. They will move on. People do eventually. They will, especially your fucking sycophantic cult. Just keep on memeing, keep on pushing. Yeah, just do that. But if he sues them, it's going to be brought up in the news over and over and over again for so long. So I feel like it would be a stupid thing to do. Isn't Wall Street Journal going to cuck out and settle? Why would they cuck out and settle? They know that they're going to get sued for this. So why would they settle? Why would they even publish this if they were just planning on settling right now? Someone at Fox must have hit the emergency switch because now they're airing a Biden blunder mix.
Television, make sure you have the record player on at night. So I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. I want to thank. Play the right.
I feel like there are worse. I still think we finally beat Medicare. I feel like it was the best.
We finally beat Medicare.
Forgive my language, but this story is complete and utter bullshit. The Wall Street Journal should be ashamed for publishing it. Where is this letter? Would you be shocked to learn that they never showed it to us before publishing it? Does anyone honestly believe this sounds like Donald Trump? Okay. Elon asks Grok if the Trump letter to Epstein is real. Is the letter most likely fake or true? Most likely fake. The letter is cryptic, third-person script, doesn't match Trump's direct style or known handwriting. He uses Sharpie notes. It's a birthday letter. President Trump, we're ready to move the court tomorrow to unseal the grand jury transcripts. How common is that? Do you ever unseal information presented to a grand jury? We'll see how that goes.
It's obviously some who will not be covering big developments like Comey's daughter and her comments today. I mean, Trump told MAGA to be quiet about Jeffrey Epstein. Fox News obeyed. Fox News falling in line with Trump's Epstein plea, but will the rest of MAGA media comply? We'll play a little bit. This is Rob Schmidt addressing all of this on his show here on Newsmax last night.
Again, this is what MAGA voters voted for. A government for the people, where the rich and the powerful get the same justice as the rest of us. You may have noticed the Epstein story was almost nowhere to be found, though, on Fox News these last couple of days. After months of very consistent coverage, it's pretty obvious that a lot of people don't really know what to do with this. There's a lot of people that are very scared because it's clear that the White House didn't want this to be a subject, but Trump's base, his supporters and base, care about it.
Wow.
I mean, Hogan.
Mr. Speaker, I know that in terms of just whether there's a schism in MAGA world or in the Republican Party, I think the president echoed your comments about any documents related to this obsession with the Epstein files. He said it. I think he's saying today basically the same thing you said, that any pertinent things, if the court allows to produce any pertinent grand jury testimony subject to the court approval. And you've said that too. And do you expect that to happen? I mean, how does this play out? It's everywhere. It's, leads all, Drudge. It's all over the place with, sirens on Drudge. Woo, 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 because someone drew in 2003, might have drawn a picture of a body letter before the guy even, all the real info hadn't even been out at that point, I don't think, about this guy.
The president and I talked about that ridiculous allegation this morning. He said it's patently absurd. He's never drawn such a picture. He's never thought of drawing such a picture. And he said, did you see the language of this bogus supposed communication or card or something I supposedly sent to Epstein? He said, I don't talk like that. I don't think like that. They're literally making things up. And he's so frustrated by it. And he's going to wind up, I think, suing some of the media outlets that had put all this out there because they informed them that it was totally contrived. So, look, the president is the most maligned and attacked political figure in the history of American politics. There's no question about it. But he's also the most resilient. And you see at the same time, his approval ratings are skyrocketing. CNN had a story, I think, a day or two ago. He was at 90% approval rating. There's never been a president that high. So the more that they attack him, the more the American people see through it.
What could be released, and why wasn't it? How do you? I don't know whether you have no more information than I do, but what do you think was going on when it looked like something was going to come out? Then there's nothing to release, and from a PR standpoint, that was I don't know. That it wasn't great the way it was handled. Is there more to come out? Will it come out?
Are you in favor of it coming out?
I am. Look, I've been on record repeatedly. I've never seen all of the Epstein files. It's outside my lane. I mean, I'm running the House. This is over at DOJ. But what I believe in is maximum transparency, and so does President Trump. And that's what he said. He says it many different ways, many different times. But we want all credible evidence to be put out there for the American people. Reagan used to remind us to trust the American people. They're smarter than anybody gives them credit for. And I believe people can draw their own conclusions about it.
I was talking to a friend on a Discord right now. Sorry. You guys thought I was talking to you, but I wasn't talking to you. You guys are actually fucking morons.
About that, but they have to have the documents. Now, at the same
I think that I was accidentally muted.
Time, I think the interest here and the concern and frankly the duty, the responsibility is to protect the innocent, right? So if you have minors who are victims of sex trafficking, heaven forbid, child predatory activity, you can't have their names out there, right? So the courts and law enforcement and government agencies have a custom of protecting the innocent. Bogus allegations that would be made against people that can't be authenticated. So that's the concern. They're trying to thread that needle because the Department of Justice does have a responsibility to make sure those people's lives are not destroyed. Imagine if their names came out on a list, immediately the media and social media would pounce on these people. And
like you guys have been doing to Democrats forever, like with all the QAnon shit and all the other leaked stuff.
It would be lasting and permanent damage. So they got to be very careful. But aside from the things that would be, held back from a court of law, I say put it out there, and I think the president believes the same thing.
So, Mr. Speaker, it sounds like there is no daylight right now. The way you're describing it, there is no daylight between what you and the president want released and other Republicans.
How can there be daylight?
There's a portrayal
in a cult. Of course not. They're lockstep, baby.
There is a schism going on in the Republican Party. Representative Norman sided with Democrats in trying to amend the crypto legislation to force the release of all of the Epstein files. I mean, this is playing out in Congress. And to the extent that this impedes your ability to advance the Republican legislative agenda, how do you repair that rift if it sounds like there is no daylight between what you and the president want released and what other members of Congress want released?
Well, and there's no daylight between us and Ralph Norman. I spent hours with Ralph. He's a dear friend yesterday. What Ralph was trying to do, he told me, he said, honestly, when the Democrat amendment came up, which was in the Rules Committee, not to get too deep in the weeds, but we were working on the rescission package. That was the clawback, fraud, waste, and abuse in federal spending. The Democrats tried to hijack the hearing. So the other Republicans on the Rules Committee did what they're supposed to do, and that is protect our legislative process and get the spending cut bill to the floor. Ralph just kind of made a spontaneous decision. The amendment was kind of dropped in at the very last minute. He hadn't given a lot of thought, but he said, well, I'm for transparency. I'll vote for that. Well, guess what? Every member of the Rules Committee agrees with the same thing. That we all were in a room last night for an hour, all of them. Ralph, Chip Roy, the other members of the Rules Committee, they all agreed. And so they signed on to another resolution last night in committee asserting that very thing. So all the House Republicans, I'm telling you, every single one of them here agree with this idea. Everybody wants the Epstein files, which is the real documents related to Jeffrey Epstein.
The real ones, not the fake ones that have any of our people in it. The real ones with the other people in it.
And anybody associated with that. We want the American people to see it. We've all committed to that. And everybody's saying it in different ways, but the message is the exact same.
Joining us now.
Really betrayed, and I feel really, really angry. We have a president who tells us to move on from Epstein because it doesn't matter. Are you guys still talking about this seriously? And yet he still talks about the 2020 election fraud. He talks about the Hunter Biden laptop. He talks about all this stuff from 5-6 years ago, and he tells us to move on from the Epstein trial or the Epstein case. People like me will not stop talking about this. I feel so betrayed and so angry. This is not what I voted for.
I'm concerned about being able to trust Donald Trump to keep his word. In his campaign, he said he was going to let us know all of the facts about this. And now he's saying, go away, don't pay attention to it.
These Epstein files, we were told that there was going to be released. There was this client list that was going to be released. And the fact that it's suddenly gone away and he's trying to gaslight us is like a punch in the gut to MAGA.
Oh, no. punch in the gut.